Yep. Yep. So, this is Gregor Arturo live from the Hammock. Yes, I got this lovely hammock. I've been enjoying sleeping in every night here on Maui. It's nice to put it to good use. Got a lovely bug screen. It's a bliss hammock. It does me right. So, things are interesting as of lately. Very interesting. As I was just talking with Nathan, it seems like it's like, remember New Year's? It seemed like so long ago. It's only the 19th, so long ago. And really, there's just been so much stuff happening, like insane compression of everything, and just being aware of so much things throughout the whole day. But at the same time, it's going by so fast. This week went by like snap. And but there's just so much within it. There's just so, you're getting like paradoxes within time and experience happening. It's an interesting feeling. And so yeah, I'm flying to Kaua'i to go sit down with Nassim Haramein and discuss unified field theory while doing some surfing. Sounds exciting. I've never surfed before, but Sim asked, and it seems like I'm gonna go surfing. I'm looking forward to it. And I went to go buy my plane ticket today, and it was 2:13. I go sit down, and I had been going through my head about finances and everything, and figuring things out, because I found out my plane ticket to the mainland, which was on the 24th, and Nassim wanted me to fly to Kaua'i on the 24th. So I couldn't, to change the flight is $150, plus whatever the ticket doesn't cover. And my plane ticket was $130, so it was pointless. So I just lost the plane ticket, and which is sort of a bummer. So I go buy the plane ticket for $213, and I sit down at I'm on Kayak getting it, and I go to click the select button on Kayak to like get ticket, and it will have sent me to Hawaiian Air. And right before I click it, I see on my phone a message, and I look at it. It says from PayPal, $213 you've just received. And like my whole reality just goes like blank. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, did I just buy the plane ticket already? No, I didn't buy the plane ticket. I'm just about to buy the plane ticket. What's going on? Is there like a hole in reality? What's happening? And all of a sudden I was like, you've received $213 of payment. I'm like, what? No way. And my staff on Etsy just sold. And with the shipping and the fees being taken out, everything came to $213. Exactly what I need to buy my plane ticket that very moment to fly to Hawaii. And it seems the universe only gives you exactly what you need when you ask for it, to the penny. And it's very humorous. It's very ironic. And so, going to Kaua'i, going there to the 26th, and then flying back on the 26th to Maui, and going to the Mystic Island Festival. It has Ram Dass speaking, and a bunch of interesting musicians and workshops, and it looks like I will be teaching a workshop. It's not 100%, but it seems pretty likely to happen, as someone was an emissary for Nassim, who I'm staying with right now, Bruce. He was going to do a workshop for the Residence Project, but he's the one running the festival, organizing it, and so he's been pretty busy. He doesn't feel like he's going to be able to do the workshop, and so I might just take over the workshop and do a synthesis of Nassim's work, Vortex Math, Dan Winters, Victor Schauberger, do a really nice synthesis of what's actually going on in this motherfucking universe. And I use the explicitives to share my passion about how crazy and insane it is with Douglas Adams for the cherry on top. It's pretty exciting. The 213 did it for me today, completely. I've never received $213 of that amount in my entire life. And the very moment I need it, it happened. So, conclusion, stop being surprised at how magical the universe is, and that there's a feedback system on our intent and manifestation. It's very real. It's here. So, one other little realization today to share with you. It's about time. I like this one. So in the math, every sequence is a finite sequence, but it comes from the infinite. It must return to the infinite. And so in a moment is a manifestation of a finite perspective from the infinite. But then it collapses back into the infinite. The process of it collapsing back into the infinite and then returning to the infinite, it takes all the interrelationships of all the oscillations that occur in that single moment, and it analyzes and processes everything that just happened in that single moment, how everything interrelates, and then it spits back out another finite moment with a little shift of its own perspective of all those moments, how they interact, and then they start to interact differently. Each oscillation, boom, boom, boom. But every time, the infinite's processing, being like, well, I'm going to spin things this way, I'm going to spin these things this way. There's a greater attraction of this toward this, and so I'm going to spin things this way. And thus, you have synchronicity. Thus, you find your soulmates. Thus, life flows on in magical ways. Because the feedback loop of the infinite interacts with the finite. Badass. And so, that's a little revelation for me today. It relates to also high vibrations, low vibrations. If you have a high vibration, you're oscillating back and forth between the infinite and the finite even faster. And so you have that reconnection even faster. And so the processing happens faster. And so the feedback happens in greater amounts, thus greater synchronicity. You raise your vibration, greater the manifestation. The greater you start to connect with Source, the lower the vibration, the longer it drags out from the disconnection of the infinite, and you're stuck in this reality. And so, that's cool. There's another synchronicity that happened. I wrote Nassim a letter, and the letter had put a picture of an obelisk in it. I have all my photography with me, 150 shots of my portfolio, which is a nice number now. And went through all of them, and I was like, this is the one I'm giving him. Right on the back of it, stick in the letter, and I start making a envelope out of paper to seal it in. While I'm making the envelope to seal it in, Nassim starts talking about that obelisk, Cleopatra's Needle in Central Park. He started talking about that specific obelisk on that picture at that moment. And so, synchronicities, they're just like everywhere. It's great. I feel like I'm becoming a well-tuned acoustic guitar. Probably do better than acoustic. What would you be if you were a personification of a musical instrument? Oh, Didge. I'm a Didge. Hell yeah. I like that. So what are you? Think about that right now. And there's a solar flare that just erupted this morning. It was like an hour and a half duration solar flare. Redonkulous. So long. And it's an M3, and it's headed right for Earth. And guess when it's expected to hit? Solar noon, 12:30 Hawaiian time. Or no, it hits 12:30 Hawaiian time. And solar noon for where I am lying in this hammock right now is 12:35 p.m. So, I have front row seats to this lovely solar flare on the Hawaiian Islands. Synchronistic? Absolutely. And it makes me wonder, because there's always a plus or minus 7 hours with the coral mass ejections. Is if it is the approximation just happens to be right, it's usually off. But let's just say it happens to be dead on right. Happens to be on Maui. What if, the active volcano that hasn't erupted since the 1800s on Maui starts to erupt again? I just heard that Nassim says he believes it will erupt again. Interesting. What's also interesting is I'm looking at this camera right now. As I'm saying this, the red dot for recording is in the dead center of my forehead, and it looks like I have a third eye. So, wherever your perspective goes, things appear. And go with it, flow with it, see what happens. That third eye is telling you something for a reason, like it's telling me something right now. Gregor, use that third eye of yours and see where your intuition will lead you. So, I'm going to sign off and let you guys go. And we'll wonder about Saturday at 12:30 noon, which is 5:30 Eastern. What's going to happen here on the islands? Maybe some rocky and rolling, some polarizing. And I'll let you guys all know about Nassim. Maybe we'll get a conversation with Nassim and I going at it. Be pretty dynamic. Hell, it'd be extremely dynamic. Can't wait. Sadly, I never got video of me and Marco going at it. But maybe next time. So, adios, my friends, and happy surfing through reality. Oh, I can't find the off button in the dark, so you're going to have to listen to me for a few seconds till I click.